Good morning, good morning. It's another episode of Small Talk Arkansas.
It is.
I'm your host, Jason Martin.
And I'm Tessa Wilmans.
This is Monday, April the 13th. Today is Season 1, Episode 11.
It is.
11 episodes.
We have made it to the 3-week mark.
We're starting 3 weeks.
Here we are.
I think this is day 43 of Coronacation. I don't know. Can't keep track anymore.
I know.
Is it?
I know.
What day is it?
I have no idea. Apparently it's the 13th.
Do you know what day it is?
We barely do.
We don't know. Anyway, we're coming to you from our Corona kitchen table studio.
Here we are again.
Coronacation.
The sun decided to show up for us.
Sun's coming out. It's going to get cold, guys.
It is.
It's an odd weather pattern right now.
It really is.
On today's show, we've got special guest Christopher Fulmer. He's a local musician. He's an actor. He's the lead man for Stays in Vegas.
Sounds like he kind of does all the things.
He's extremely talented, genuinely funny dude, always funny, and excited to have him on the show today. Also, in Shit We're Into on the segment, what are we going to be talking about today?
We're going to be talking about Ozark.
We finished Ozark.
We did.
So the finale.
So we talked a little bit about it before, but not in the show's entirety this season.
If you haven't seen all of Ozark, you might
you might want to pause and go watch that.
Go catch up.
Yeah. It's important.
You should do that now.
You should listen to this first and then, go do that.
In the news over the weekend, catching up on corona deaths and cases in the state of Arkansas.
What happened over the weekend?
Well, we're up to 1,280 cases in the state of Arkansas. And last Monday, we were at 853. So a week-to-week jump. We saw 427 cases this week, which was more than the previous week, which was 404. So not a massive jump from week to week, but more. And I do think that, cases are beginning to slow. I think we're seeing that in New York, New Jersey, and I think we're seeing it, both at home as well. Death, we are at 27. Last Monday, we were at 16, so that was a jump of 11 through the week, which was one more than the week prior to that, which was 10. So 27 with 1,280 positive cases of coronavirus. That's where we are, statistics in the state of Arkansas right now. Tested, we're at 19,722 people have been tested in the state for coronavirus. That was 11,478 people that were tested this week. So it was significantly up.
That's a lot of tests.
Over the week prior to that. So that's good. They are testing. U.S. cases were at 557,590. So that was a lot of additional cases this week. That was 219,000 more positive cases in the U.S. this week prior to last week, same time. So last week we were only at 193,000. There was 193 additional thousand added prior to the week before that.
Right.
So 219,000, we're still on an increase, but it's not dramatic. We didn't double. We didn't go out just crazy. So I think that those things are social distancing works.
Right.
Stay home, wash hands.
All the things. Death
rate in the U.S. right now, we're at 22,109. We broke 22,000 this weekend. 22,109. That was an additional 12,456 deaths since this time last week.
Didn't we surpass Italy?
I
think we did.
I think we surpassed everybody.
Yeah, we did.
It's not pretty.
No.
In the state, in a county by county basis, a few changes this weekend. Pulaski County is now at 256 cases in the county, by far the most in the state. Jefferson's got 95, Crittenden County's got 93, and a new county that moved from Tier 4 to Tier 5 was Garland County.
Oh.
We reported late last week, kind of mid last week, at kind of where Garland County seemed to be picking up speed. picking it up pretty quickly, and it did. There's 81 cases in Garland County right now. And literally, if you just go back to, on Friday, there were 66.
Wow.
58 on Thursday, 51 on Tuesday or Wednesday. So I don't know whatever days. Days. What are days of the week?
What are they? Wednesday? What's that?
So Garland County had a big outbreak in a very short period of time, and now they're a Tier 5 city. Or Tier 5 county, excuse me. There's only 4 in the state. Garland has hit that list, and they've got 81 cases right now. So, at the rate they're going, if that continues to pace this week, I do anticipate they'll certainly surpass Crittenden County, which is much smaller rural county population wise. I think Garland County will probably surpass that. So hopefully, they can get that contained, and we won't see a lot of other infections there this week.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Rest of the state, Tier 4 counties, Benton and Washington up in northwest Arkansas, not a lot of additional cases, and that's good. Pope County is at 30, Van Buren's at 26. Claiborne, I expected Claiborne would break 75 this weekend. I think we reported that definitely on Friday. They didn't. I think they picked up 1 case over the weekend. They're sitting at 70 right now in Claiborne County. So maybe they've got that contained there, and maybe the virus is not going to spread anymore.
Hopefully so.
Faulkner County's at 59. White is at 28. Craighead is at 31. St. Francis is at 32 cases. Saline County's at 32. Lonoke County is at 30. Clark is at 27. And Miller is up to 22 cases in Miller. Looking at this on a U.S. basis, talking about both the most contaminated states in the U.S., also looking at our neighbors. In New York, still the epicenter of the world, 190,288,000 cases. 190,288.
Wow.
So we'll break 200,000 there this week.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to happen. Probably will happen in the next 48 hours.
Probably so.
9,385 deaths now in New York. So it's, without a doubt.
What I'm seeing coming out of there.
They're going to break 10,000.
Awful.
That should, that's going to happen this week as well. New Jersey second, and they had an explosion last week, and I think with their proximity of being as close to New York and still
with all the commuters and all the people that have worked in the city, and I mean hopefully they're not now. They're not
being on the subway, being out and about. 61,850 cases in New Jersey, 61,850. So, where they just came on, you've seen a pretty fast growth in a period of a week there. They've had 2,350 deaths. California, taking a look at the West Coast, largest state on the West Coast, most cases, they're at 23,311, and they've got 682 deaths in California. Going to our neighbors, closest states to us, bordering states to us, Louisiana is at 20,595 cases.
Still right behind California there.
Still growing. Louisiana still has an outbreak. To have such a small population, they're heavily infected. 840 deaths in Louisiana, which is, 150 more than what's in California.
Yeah.
So, again, consider the population, consider the size of the state. Louisiana's got it bad, guys.
Yeah.
This is one of those things that people think, well, we can take, business can continue to go on and people can continue to travel, and it's okay that, family members come in for Easter or whatever, from out of state. Guys, we've done a really good job of keeping Arkansas with really low numbers, and having, business folks come in from out of state that might be, it's definitely from a more contaminated state than Arkansas, or having family members come in the same. That puts us all at risk.
It does.
It's kind of like now's the time to put up that wall and go, yep, thanks for playing.
Yeah.
FaceTime works well.
It does. It really does. We've got all the resources at our hands right now.
We can do all those things.
We can.
Texas is at 13,886 cases, 296 deaths in Texas. So they are a tier 4 state in positive cases. By far, they've got the lowest death rate of any of those in that we continue to keep up with. Tennessee over the weekend moved from a tier 2 state to a tier 3. So they did break 5,000 cases. They're at 5,508. Guys, for them to be just, our border, just our neighbor, 150 miles basically from Little Rock, 5,508 as a state. They're a tier 3 state, which is the second most infected. Texas and Louisiana are tier 4 states, which are the most infected. They've had 106 deaths now in Tennessee. Tier 2 states, Missouri and Mississippi. Mississippi moved up to a tier 2 state. They were a tier 1 state on Friday. They've now surpassed 2,501 cases. And so Missouri's at 4,272 with 118 deaths.
So more deaths than Tennessee and Missouri.
More deaths in Missouri than in Tennessee. Yeah. That's correct. Mississippi's 2,781 cases in Mississippi with 96 total deaths in Mississippi. And then tier 1 states, it's Oklahoma and Arkansas. And, Oklahoma, you've got to get past 2,500 cases. So, Oklahoma and Arkansas may be the only tier 1 states left at the end of this week. Oklahoma's got 1,970 total cases with 96 deaths, the same as Mississippi.
Okay.
Arkansas's 1,280 cases with 27 deaths. So again, we've done a really good job in the state of Arkansas at, not getting the virus.
Right.
And
most of us really have.
We haven't, we a lot of folks haven't got it. And the death rate at 27, it's extremely sad that we have lost 27 of Arkansans, but that number compared to what they had projected it to be is way lower.
It is.
So all of that's fantastic. As far as, you guys continue to stay home, continue to practice social distancing.
Continue to wash your hands.
Continue to wash your hands.
Wear those masks.
Wear the mask when you go out in the public.
Yeah.
Do all of those things.
Make it happen.
Yes. Other news, other local news, not a lot. Obviously this was an Easter weekend.
Yeah.
Hope it was. Everybody had a good coronation Easter. It was
a hoppy Easter.
Definitely different.
Thanks.
Used to going out, on Easter, and I know the restaurants definitely feel the effect. But usually you go out to Easter after church on Easter weekend, and there's an hour and a half, 2 hour wait.
Yeah,
lines everywhere. People get together, big groups. Hope you guys didn't get together in big groups this weekend.
Hope you FaceTimed.
But definitely hope you had a happy Easter. If you had how was Easter different to you and your family? We'd love to know.
Yeah.
Tell us what you guys did, especially if you did something different.
If you did something creative, I've been seeing the Easter eggs in people's houses and the windows and stuff for that kind of Easter egg hunt. I thought that was kind of cool.
Yep. Friday, did you guys attend the concert at Simmons Bank Arena?
Saturday.
Saturday.
I know, days,
again.
Right?
Days are hard.
They are. It's Monday, y'all.
Did you attend it, in your living room, on your cell phone? They had some technical difficulties.
We did.
We were there.
We were.
Justin Moore, all the guys, Joe Nichols, did a great job.
They really did. They did a great job.
Under the circumstances that they had, they planned to start this thing out. It was supposed to be a YouTube stream live. They couldn't get that to work.
Yeah.
Kicked it over to Facebook Live when it really began to build steam and did, people figured out that it was over there. It was good.
It really was. I mean, especially for them just kind of throwing it together and making it happen, under these circumstances. I thought they did a really great job.
Raised a little more than $30,000 for the Arkansas Food Bank.
That's awesome.
Food Banks of Arkansas. So you guys can still, I believe, I know without a doubt, you can still donate. Go to arkansasfoodbanks.org. I believe foodbanksofarkansas.org. And you can still go donate. If you didn't see the concert, you missed a good show. And appreciate Justin Moore for putting that together and Simmons Bank for sponsoring that.
Making it happen.
Also, we had a lot of bad weather.
Yeah, we did.
You know, weather was pretty yucky yesterday. It was yucky Saturday. Big storms rolled through the state. You know, lots of tornadoes, death rates around the other states. I know Mississippi had a lot of tornadoes touch down. Mississippi had quite a few deaths. Arkansas, I only saw there was one death, and it was real. It was a tree that fell on a house in Whitehall. The only death I saw that was reported from yesterday. But, you know, bad weather came through, you know, different hours of the day and night, and a tree did fall on a home in Whitehall, and someone died there.
Well, stinks.
Stimulus checks. Have you got your stimulus check?
Yeah, have you?
You know, I don't know. I think I checked my bank account. I didn't find one.
No, I haven't found one yet either.
So we're still just unstimulated. We want to know, did you get your stimulation check?
Yeah.
Are you stimulated?
Yeah, because we're not.
Let us know. We need to know in your comments. How about the census? Have you filled out your census yet?
I haven't filled out my census yet.
You know, it's
confession.
It's
due.
Penalty by law.
I'll do it.
You have to do it.
I'm going to do it.
UScensus.gov.
When is it due? I got a postcard about it.
I know. That's because you haven't done it. You know, they start with one letter and then another letter and then the postcard and the next thing, I guess, you know, they can't get us stimulus checks, but they're going to come, you know, give us bills on the door for not doing our census.
I know.
So if you haven't done your census, you got all the time in the world.
Have you done yours?
I have done mine.
I'm really impressed.
I did it this morning.
Oh, okay.
So okay. I needed to find out what it was like.
You needed to one up me.
I don't know who wrote those questions. Definitely somebody that works for the government. Somebody that, you know.
Total snooze fest.
The person that, it's not so much the person that wrote the questions. It was all the people that took and proofread those questions and said, yeah, these are the questions you should have.
That works.
I mean, oh my God. It can do math, you know? So, you know, bureaucracy at its finest. Let's take, you know, 30 minutes to do something that should take 2.
Oh,
it's it doesn't take that long, guys. Okay. You can do your census in about 5 minutes or less.
Okay.
But it's you know, it's a lot of redundant stuff.
Okay.
That, you know, I don't know.
At least I'm prepared for it now. I'll do it.
5 minutes.
Okay.
That's all it takes.
Got it.
Get your census done, guys. And our special guest today, we've got Christopher Fulmer. He's a local musician, actor. He's the front man for Stays in Vegas. He's going to be discussing music, acting, just general life. Hey, Christopher, are you with us this morning?
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, sir.
Hey.
Hello. Nice to virtually be with you guys.
Yeah, thanks for jumping on and keeping up with the social distancing.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks for staying away. We appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate people staying the fuck away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm used to that. You know, 6 feet. People usually stay 6 feet from me. So
yeah, I was going to say, this is no different for you.
No, not at all.
Nobody wants to be in your general proximity ever.
No.
The life of a dirty musician.
Yes, exactly.
So tell our listeners. Some of our listeners, probably a few of them, probably don't know who you are. Tell them a little bit more about who you are.
My name is Chris. You could call me Christopher, or a lot of people on my day job call me Ponytail Safety Guy, but just don't call me what my ex-wife calls me. We'll be okay.
I hear that a lot.
Exactly. My night job, I'm a musician and an actor, singer and guitarist for a local band here, Stays in Vegas, that we tour around regionally and stuff, and then also do some solo acoustic shows national, and do some bit part acting and stuff. And then my day job, I'm an environmental health and safety manager for a PPE and safety consulting firm. So, in a nutshell.
Yeah. So right now, your night jobs, your acting and music are just dead. And yet your day job is blowing up with all the PPE, coronavirus, all the stay away stuff.
Yeah. I'm used to being on the road 90% of my life, bouncing hotels and airports and state to state. And now I'm stuck in one location, but I'm busier because the day job's kicked up trying to help companies and businesses and hospitals get PPE and help save lives the best I can.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate you what you're doing there by all means.
Thank you.
All right, but that's not cool. So, don't get me wrong. It's very cool. We appreciate it. But when did you when did you start singing, acting? What kind of spawned your artistic side there?
Singing. I've never wanted to be a singer per se. I just always got stuck with the job. Back right at the end of high school and, straight out of high school, started playing in bands and stuff like that. And I just always got stuck with the singing part of it because I can scream pretty well, like a punk rock scream. But I always hated being the singer. But after a while, I just kind of progressed and got stuck with it. Guitar, my grandfather was a musician. I've always been around music in my entire life, but I didn't pick it up until, honestly, it was a bet in high school. One of our high school buddies, John Wilmans, bet me he could play guitar quicker than I could. I think he bet me $5, and he lost. Never paid me the $5.
That was John.
Yes, pretty much. But
John, I hope you're well, bro.
Yeah, we've talked about it since then. But yeah,
you get some interest.
Yeah, I picked it up and never put it down, and just started songwriting and just kind of stuck with it since.
So you won that bet in more ways than one.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I've won it. Well, I spent more money on that hobby than anything. So.
Tell me about it. I understand that. We spun up a podcast 2 weeks ago. I don't know if you've heard about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I have heard.
So, tell us about Stays in Vegas. Tell us about your solo career. You've been doing Stays in Vegas for how long now?
Stays in Vegas, we started in 2011, but it was just kind of a cover band, party band here around Arkansas. Doing alternative pop rock kind of covers and stuff. And then in 2014. Gosh, it's been 6 years now. We switched to originals and released our first album. And now we are working on our fourth album. So it's been going strong. We've toured around to all over the South, I guess. We've played Mesa Music Fest, been down to Florida, all over the place just touring and playing shows. We're alternative, hard rock, punk, grunge, mixture, three-piece. So that's Stays in Vegas. And then the solo side I do when Stays in Vegas isn't doing shows or anything to keep me busy, but it's more solo acoustic, singer-songwriter, that side of me. Where Stays in Vegas is I could scream and rock out and headbang, and then my solo stuff I could kind of mellow out and be the nice, pretty Chris, I guess.
So, is it as luxurious as everybody thinks?
No, no, it's not. It's fun. I love it. And I tell everybody the best part of being about a musician is I get paid to go see other bands. I'm a huge music junkie. I love shows, love live shows. My favorite thing to do when I'm out on the road is just go to an Irish pub and listen to a solo artist just play their heart out. I love that more than anything. And being in a band, I get to go to shows and listen to all these bands and stuff like that play. We're not a band that goes back in the green room and hangs out there by themselves. We're usually in the front row banging heads with all the fans too, because we're fans. So it's a lot of hours and hours and hours in a van with some stinky guys, and then we get to.
I'm seeing a pattern in your life, Chris.
Yes, I think I see a pattern too. But maybe I need to rethink things. But no, we get to a venue, we load in, we sound check, and then we hang out drinking beer and pizza for hours on end, jump up, play an hour, listen to some bands, and then get back in the van and drive more hours with stinky guys. God, there is a pattern. But it's an awesome life. I love it. I don't think I'll stop doing it.
That's cool. That's really
that's
cool.
Awesome. That's awesome. That's passion right there. Is what that is.
And the money is amazing. The 0.00038 cents per stream on Spotify we get just pays all the bills.
Well, so Spotify. Where else can you be found? iTunes.
We're everywhere. iTunes, Spotify, Pandora, Amazon. You name it, anywhere you can stream or download music. Our website, staysinvegasofficial.com, or even my solo stuff, ChristopherFulmer.com. You can get any of it there. So please stream as much as possible. We need all your quarter of a cent we could get.
We'll put links for all of those in the description below, and we'll continue to promote Chris, and you guys go out there and just like our show, just put it on in the background. You don't even have to really be listening. Do the same thing with Chris. Go log into Chris's music. Just let it play in the background.
It would probably be better if you didn't listen to it. It would probably sound better. Just play it.
Just play it. You don't even have to. You don't even have to listen. Just play it.
Exactly.
So, Tessa may have all of your stuff now playing at her shop when they come out of this.
It's true. It's true.
Oh, cool.
I'll do some lashes. Do some stays in Vegas.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah, hopefully when this is all over, the coronavirus and everything gets back to somewhat normal. I don't think it'll ever be normal again, but somewhat normal, we can start doing shows and get back out there and live life.
Speaking of shows, Saturday, did you check out the And the Beat Goes On?
No, I did not.
Okay. Did you hear about it? Did you know what it was?
Yeah, I heard a little bit about it, but I didn't catch it, unfortunately.
It was, they had some technical difficulties, so it was Justin Moore that was it at all. I say Alltel Arena.
I know.
Justin Moore at Simmons Bank Arena.
Whatever it is now.
Yeah, exactly. Tracy Lawrence was pre-recorded from his house. And then you had Joe Nichols and a few other guys. I'm sorry, I don't remember all the names right now. But, they started, it was supposed to be streamed YouTube Live. They had some technical difficulties, and they did it Facebook Live. So some of it, like you got Joe had pretty decent internet, I think where he was. Tracy Lawrence, his stuff was pre-recorded.
Yes, because he had
no internet. Yeah. And then you take Justin being in the arena, his was nice and clear, but everybody else, they were doing it from a cell phone, literally in a dark corner of their house or their front porch. But it was entertaining,
It was cool. They all kind of went with it. They were like, here we are, we're on our front porch, like whatever.
Yeah, I mean, we're all trying to adjust to a different life now. So yeah, that's awesome that they got to do that.
It was cool in the fact that they went out there and no mixers, no anything like that. Just literally doing it live from a FaceTime, Facebook, and. They just put it all out there. They're like, "Hey, this may suck, this may be awesome, but we're gonna do it.
We're gonna do it anyway."
Yeah, and that's great. That at least they're reaching their fans. Their fans can still see that they're interactive. And I love that we have that capability now. That because some of these musicians and artists, I got some friends that's all they do is they're professional musicians, and they just lost their job. And all their income just like that. So they're able to jump on Facebook Live and do live streams, and they can put up, their Venmo and PayPal accounts, and people could still tip them. So I love that we have that technology. I just kind of imagine if this had happened, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, it'd be a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Really would.
We wouldn't be talking with the podcast.
No, we definitely wouldn't be on a podcast right now.
No, we wouldn't.
I'd probably
be on dial-up.
AOL.
Yeah.
So, Chris, speaking of streaming, I'm gonna put you on the spot. Have you got a guitar nearby?
Yes, I always have a guitar nearby. May not be a good thing, but
can you play us a little something this morning? You'll be our first artist ever to play live on the Small Talk Arkansas.
Wow.
I know.
Okay. Put me on the spot and pressure. Okay. We'll see if it sounds okay on phone. I've done it. I feel like I'm trying to sing with the guys. I've done this where we've pre-recorded some like bits and demos and stuff, and I'll send it to them. And so I feel like I'm auditioning. Yeah, let's see. So this is a song that Stage in Vegas actually recorded on our first album, and I redid it for solo acoustic. But it's a song called "Hold On." We'll see how this goes. Holding my hand as we walk away, holding on to our lives every day. I can see your eyes and peacefully, but we both know that it won't end me. I can tell you wanna just walk away. You just stay inside and try to save the day, but I say, hold on. Every night I lie awake and pray. Shed a few tears, but don't know what to say. Wanna fight all night, but that's me. Give me a smile to tell me, wanna be free. In my blood tonight, wanna walk away. Want so much for you to come in, save the day, but you say, hold on. Hold on. Been a while now that it's just me. Days go by so fast that not easily. I can see you smiling, the light in your eyes. I'm so glad I was kidding. I'm the same fine. Every time I think of you, I wanna walk away. But you're here with me always. Yesterday, I know I gotta hold on. Hold on. When all else fails in life, not you, down in the ground. Remember the ones you love and all, every sound and future. Hold on. Hold on. You know you gotta hold on. Hold on. Oh.
Man, the crowd went wild.
Can I have that crowd at our show?
We probably can get them there.
Yeah, we could hook that up for you.
That's awesome.
Good job,
Yeah,
man.
speaking
Thanks.
of awesome,
Yeah,
that was, yes.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, you can, tell the passion, tell that you've been doing that for a while, and tell you've definitely got a craft.
I practice at it. One thing that a lot of people think, artists and musicians, it just kind of, for some people it comes naturally, but it's something that we kind of practice at every day. So it is a passion. So thank you very much. Appreciate that.
So singing, again, we go back, we've discussed your singing career. We haven't really talked about the acting stuff yet.
Yeah.
What got you into, hey, I want to decide, I want to go be an actor. I want to be, I want to be in film.
Mainly just because I'm a movie junkie. Most of what I do is because I'm a music fan or a movie fan, or I kind of want to go to shows and be shows. And acting was the same way. I love movies. I've always been fascinated with movies and TV and production and stuff. And it just kind of stumbled in my lap one day about being a background actor on a movie, a film while I was in LA. I was like, yeah, that would be kind of cool. So I went to be a background actor, spent all day just being a restaurant patron. That's all I was. I was a guy sitting at a bar eating snacks all day and going to craft services. And it was fun. It was a blast. And so I just kind of kept at it and progressing with it. And better parts came along and bit parts here and there. And now I'm an actor, I guess.
Awesome. So, and I heard, in your last movie, you had a sex scene with Jennifer Lawrence. Is that true?
God, I wish. I mean, she didn't know about it.
She didn't know about it.
Yeah.
So you did do a film with Jennifer Lawrence.
Yes. It was a bit part scene, civil engineer. Wouldn't know anything talking or anything like that, but it was a couple of scenes with Jennifer Lawrence in it.
Just a lot of passionate, heavy lovemaking.
Yeah, and the whole time they were like, "Can you get this weird ponytail guy away from Jennifer Lawrence?" Fawning over. She would show up in her trailer and not be there, just sprawled out like George Costanza in that painting at concert. Yeah, so no, it was a film in New Orleans. I don't even think it's out yet. But it was untitled at the time, so I don't even know. A lot of these films, they may have untitled, or they may have release dates a year or two later, and we never even hear about them. So yeah, I'm not even sure it's out yet. But we filmed it in New Orleans, and Jennifer Lawrence was amazing in it. So yeah.
Did she get you to join the Mockingjay?
No, I didn't do that, but that would have been awesome. I would have been a heartbeat. Huge Jennifer Lawrence fan, but yeah, it was pretty cool. It was just spent 2.5 days on set, just dressed up like a military guy. I had to stuff my long hair up in a hat, and just stand around acting all day. So most of it's just hurry up and wait.
But you had to act normal, which was probably pretty difficult for you.
Exactly.
That's where your acting just your act just shows your talent.
Yes, exactly. To act, I do everything I normally wouldn't do. That's my acting style.
Perfect.
There you go. Hey, you've honed it.
You're giving out all my secrets.
Oh, damn it. Well, and Tessa said she was going to try to get some secrets from you on me, and I said, well, we won't have time for that in this show.
Yeah.
Conveniently.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So I know everything.
He's moving straight on to another question.
Everything in acting and music is kind of shut down right now, as we discussed already. But do you have some other projects that are already kind of on your schedule for the future?
Yes. Yeah, we're actually, Stays in Vegas is working on our 4th studio album right now. We're in pre-production, even though we're kind of isolated and none of us are practicing together right now. But we're still writing. I'm also working on my solo album, my 2nd solo album. So I'm doing a lot of songwriting in my spare time, which is kind of ample right now, stuck in one place. But did have a few acting possible jobs that were coming up, but everything got put on hold. So was talking to a producer in Atlanta about a possible film, having a role and a part in a film coming up. So hoping that gets put back on the project map, and once this is all done with, everything can kind of fire back up. And then another project I was working on, I actually started a record label last year called Pet Brick Records to help support and promote the local music scene here in Arkansas and the surrounding states. And we were putting together the first annual Rock Fest, which was a culmination of all the local bands here to play for one full weekend here in Little Rock. We had 45 bands signed up at the time, and when this hit, we've had to postpone that indefinitely. So when we get released back into life, it's probably going to be chaotic for me, but hopefully in a good way.
Yeah, absolutely. That sounds awesome. And keep us up to date on that Pet Brick and that project.
Yes.
I will. Thank you.
Cool. Well, so that about winds up our time there. We got to kind of move on. We certainly appreciate you being on the show, but talking about all your acting and everything like that, are there any shows that you're currently watching yourself as a fan?
I am on the 9th iteration of The Office. I've watched that, I don't know, habitually. Watching Game of Thrones.
You and Billie Eilish?
Yes. I think I got Herbie. Yeah. Watching Game of Thrones and then Ozark.
Wait, what was that? Ozark?
Yes.
Ozark.
I love Ozark. I'm a huge fan. I've been fighting to try and get even a bit part on that show. I love it. Jason Bateman, I've always been a huge fan of his, and the writing and production on that show is absolutely amazing.
So we were going to cover Ozark today in our shit we're into segment.
Yes, which is my favorite segment.
Tess is all about shit we're into.
I am. Mainly because I get to say the word shit. But,
that's kind of bullshit. That you get to do that.
So, if you got a few minutes, would you like to sit around and talk about Ozark with us?
Absolutely. I am yours. Use me, abuse me, make me write hot shit.
I don't need to hear I'm yours, bro. I mean, you can say that to all the other guys. You don't have to say that to me.
We're not supposed to talk about high school stuff, man.
Oh, snap. Over. This interview's over. Sorry. So, Ozark.
Ozark. Ozark, yeah.
Yeah. What did you think about the finale? Did it go the way that you expected? Did you kind of predict any of that?
Absolutely not. That final scene, I actually sat up in my chair and went, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah, and I don't get that way a lot in films and movies and stuff because I kind of see how things are going, but I love it. But that was an oh shit moment. I was not even seeing that, and I'm not going to ruin it for anybody that hasn't.
Oh, we're going to ruin it. That's, they've been forewarned. We're talking about Ozark. We're going to talk about the finale. Spoilers
alert.
Everywhere.
Alert.
You can,
turn it off now if you don't want to hear it.
Stop the show, go watch Ozark, come back, pick up, see if we're dead on. But,
yeah.
So we talked about Ozark a little bit last week. And just, for those that didn't catch our last show about it, realistically, it's Martin Bird and Wendy Bird.
Right.
Family of the Bird. The Bird family.
The Bird family.
And they launder money for the
cartel.
Mexican cartel.
Yeah. They're into some shit.
They're into a lot.
They're in some deep shit.
So this was season 3 and released on Netflix, as they all are. It's a Netflix show. And kind of season 3, it starts with they have a casino license.
Yes.
They work with the Kansas City mob.
And the cartel.
And the cartel laundering money.
They're working with some real, stand-up citizens.
Oh yeah, the finest cream of the crop.
Yes. Then they're trying to get into politics. They're doing it all, really.
Yeah.
One of the things we really didn't talk about in the last time we discussed, and you know, Tess, we hadn't watched all the episodes at that time, but you know, the person that played Ben, the actor that portrayed Ben, Wendy's brother, you know, had a mental illness.
Yeah.
He you know, he was bipolar.
Right.
And Chris, as an actor, what do you think about the way that he portrayed that illness?
I think he did a really, really good job because it was kind of came off subtle. I didn't get that in the beginning.
When he was on his meds.
The way he progressed the character of it, I think he did a really good job.
Man, I do too. The scene in the cab, that was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that made me think a little bit of, okay, this is kind of freaky.
Yeah.
This is getting awkward. I'm like, wait, I'm not the driver.
Right. I know.
I thought it also took a real shift in the way that the cinematography had been done prior to that in all of the episodes to go to this kind of, hey, now we're inside one dude's head and kind of what he's thinking. And, you know, is he really saying these things out loud? Is he just saying it in his head? It changed the whole focus really of the show. And I just saw, well, man, this, you know, this flipped the switch in a heartbeat.
Yeah, because his character put the entire family, the entire operation, everything in serious risk. So it was a good plot twist to bring that tension back to every character. So and the way it progressed. So it was a perfect rendition. And then I kind of went back and started watching some of the first seasons to go back and rewatch. And in the very beginning, she was talking about her brother and how he had issues. And it was just subtle. She would be like, well, you know how my brother is. I'm like, oh, I didn't catch that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just started watching Billions and Yellowstone again because Billions is about to come out their new season, and Yellowstone's about to come out with its new season. So,
and I haven't seen them.
Tess hasn't seen either one of them, so we're going back, starting at episode 1, season 1, and progressing through both of those. And I'm the same way. What you're talking about, all of a sudden, I'm like, oh crap, I didn't catch that the first time.
That's why that happened.
Yeah. I'm my biggest problem is most series, like I haven't seen Billions or anything. I'm just watching Game of Thrones for the first time ever.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the Office I didn't start till after it had already went off the air. I'm bad about that because I'm usually so busy. But Ozark, I started as soon as it released. I started watching it because like I said, I'm a huge Jason Bateman fan. But I had to go back and rewatch it because it's been a while, and now I'm starting to catch little things here and there that add to this plot twist. I'm like, oh crap, I forgot about this. This kind of ties into why they're doing it this way. And I think that's kind of the fun aspect of being able to binge things on Netflix and stuff like that, and then going back and rewatching the series and catching little small things. It's awesome.
Yeah, I think if it is good, if it's a good show, if it's really well written, if it's really well acted, if it's really well cast, all of those types of things. I mean, I don't think shows anymore really lose their, and I don't know, shit, Chris, we might just be getting old, brother.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, you know, it was back when, you know, I was like, man, I don't want to watch any fucking reruns. What's this bullshit? Now I'm like, yeah, I could get down with that again. And oftentimes I'll watch it again and go, I don't even remember that. You know,
yeah.
I know I didn't sleep through it because I was intently watched it. I think I heard the other day, I was like, you know, so much information's out there now, you know, we've got so much our brain can hold. And if it wasn't something that we really needed, we can forget it. And I'm the world's worst. I can forget shit really fast.
Yeah. I'm kind of like, when I go to movies and stuff, I hate when people afterwards are like, hey, let's talk about it. I'm like, I don't even remember anything because I'm there just to enjoy it.
Yep.
And just let it absorb everything. And then when I go back and rewatch it, I might pick out all those little things. But I'll have people ask me, so so what about this person, that person? I'm like, I don't even remember their names, but I remember what they did.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll sit down and my kids will be, I'll be like, hey, do you want to watch this? You know, scanning through Hulu or Netflix or whatever. Do you want to watch this? And like, Dad, we've already seen that. And I'm like, no, we didn't. They're like, yes, we did.
So I haven't got to that point yet, but yeah, I won't remember any of the names because I even forgot Ben's character's name when you mentioned him. I was like, Ben, who is that? Oh, the brother.
Yeah, I know. I'm horrible with names. And even like when I'm reading a book, like the person's name maybe gets the first letter of their name, and that's it in my brain. Like, I don't know. I don't know why. I just kind of gloss that over.
Yeah, but
Tessa's getting old. She turned 36 yesterday, Chris.
I did.
Oh, wow. Well, welcome to the middle age realm.
Thanks. Yeah. I appreciate it.
With you old bastard.
Yeah, but yeah, Ozark is kind of one of those that they wrote it so well, and it's produced so well, and the imagery everything is so it brings you into the show. That's why I'm a huge fan of it. It's just because it's one of the rare shows that I'm like drawn in, and that awkward moment with the cab driver, the oh shit at the very end. Very few shows get me that way. But this one is there's always those bits pieces where it's like, holy crap.
Now,
I didn't see that.
Yeah, now, and I can tell you, so at the end, I did jump. You know, I think you do jump if you're sitting there and you're drawn in. But I knew, you know, you could ask Tess. I told her the day before, I said, Helen's a dead bitch.
Yeah, he did. He called it.
I said, you know, here she is getting all of this data that she's prepared. She's going down to Mexico. She's going to throw Marty Byrde under a bus. And that was her intention. Hey, look, he's doing this deal with the FBI that he didn't know anything about at all, but she, you know, negotiated and got the paperwork by the FBI drawn up and all of these things. And she's ready to throw the family under a bus, and she never got that opportunity.
No.
Yeah. It was one of those when that moment happened. It was like I knew it was coming, but not like that.
Yeah, agreed.
And then afterwards, it was like, okay, that's the end? The credits?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Welcome to the finale. You know, a lot of stuff happened in a really short period of time. It was like, welcome to Mexico, pal.
Yeah, and that whole imagery, it was all like, okay, we've all got blood on our hands now and on our faces, you know?
True. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
We'll see how, you know, the next episode, we were talked about this on the last time we talked about this show is, you know, with everything being shut down right now, this is a summer show. They filmed this in the summer. Wondering if they'll pick up filming late summer this year and it be, you know, instead of it be in the summer where the lake's popping, will we see the next season in the fall or the winter where it's kind of dead up there?
Yeah, I think most production is ceased till fall. They even pushed off a lot of pre-production dates and everything to this fall. I think most of the dates are like August and September. So it's thrown everything off a couple months. Right now, the only thing that's I know just from talking to my manager and stuff is just there's a lot of online things going on that are still in operation. But I think even for like shows that are shooting in the summer, I think that's all put off a couple months. So I don't know. It's kind of scary.
Yeah, I was just, you know, wondering from the scenery of the show, like you talked about, I mean, will they do, I'm just curious, you know, do you think that we're going to go see them do Ozark where we see them do a Christmas in Ozark instead of it all being the summer around the lake and the boats and all of that kind of stuff? Will it change the entire dramatic of the show, you know, to go to a winter season?
It may. They may change locations because they shoot a lot of it in Atlanta area as well. But it may change some of the writing to where they have to write or even film in a different location to get it. Because most of the shows they do that anyway. They'll film in one location and then assume it's somewhere else. I catch that on The Office all the time. It's supposed to be in Pennsylvania, but every once in a while you'll see a palm tree in the background. Like, okay, that's not Pennsylvania. That's
Vancouver.
Yeah. So hopefully they can readjust, and maybe there might be some Christmas parts to it, and they write that in, or they switched shooting locations, and now they're going to shoot in Florida and make it look like it's the Ozark.
Well, and they bought the horse ranch in Kentucky. We'll see. I wonder if that'll play a bigger part in the next season.
True, or maybe more Mexico.
Yeah,
no doubt.
They maybe stuck there a while.
I think the birds are tired of going to Mexico, especially Jason.
I know Marty is.
Yeah, exactly. All right,
Gosh.
Go ahead, Chris. I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say, yeah, you never know how this may change everything. It may change some show plots. It may change everything. So,
yeah, who knows? Coronavirus.
Yeah.
Coronation. Well, Chris, we certainly, man, we appreciate so much catching up with you. Thank you for all the time that you've given us this morning. And, we'd love to have you back.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Anytime. Thanks for putting on this podcast. I love it. And thanks for having me. I had a blast.
So tell people to subscribe. We need subscribers, guys. YouTube, go to the podcast. Click on subscribe.
Yes.
Smash that subscribe button.
Go to Chris's Spotify.
Go to Chris. Listen to Chris.
In the background.
He needs that 0.0000. How many zeros was it? 38?
Yeah, a couple more zeros.
Couple more zeros. It's got to pay the bills. Pay the bills, y'all.
I need that $12 quarterly royalty check.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
I mean, what do you do with all that money, Chris? You get free beer, bro.
Well, after taxes, I don't even get that.
Well, thanks so much for being with us. We'd love to have you again. We're going to share all of your social media, staysinvegasofficial.com. We've got ChristopherFulmer.com. We've got PetBrickRecords.com. We're going to share all of those, all of his social media channels. We'll do all of that in below. We appreciate you so much for being on with us today.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Chris.
Appreciate it. Y'all have a great one.
You too.
Hey, what shit are y'all into? We talked about Ozark. We've talked about all the shit that we're into.
Yeah, let us know what shit you're into.
Yes, we need some more shit to get into.
Yeah.
We do.
No telling. This is day 43 of the Coronation.
It is.
Or
at least we're not talking to volleyballs or whatever right now.
We could be talking to volleyballs.
It could be worse.
We'll be talking to volleyballs soon. Hope you guys enjoyed that interview with Chris.
Aw, I'm so glad he shared his talents with us.
Man, I tell you, guy is, he's been working his craft for a long time. Mm-hmm. Anyway, come back tomorrow.
Tomorrow's going to be a good show, y'all. Tomorrow
is going to be Comedy Tuesday. We're going to try to start having a comic on the show weekly. So we're going to try to bring the funny.
We are. I'm super excited.
Hope NBC doesn't sue us for that. But I guess we'd have to have more than 25 followers.
Yeah, we would.
For that to matter.
Maybe I hope they do sue us.
So tomorrow, yeah, that's right. Tomorrow we've got a local funny man. He's an Arkansan. He's a comic. His name is Juan Morgan. He's of Puberty Aftermath. Super, super funny guy. He's going to be on the show tomorrow. Is there something that you want to hear us talk about? Do you want to be a guest on our show? Want to promote something, your business or something, event, something like that, a cause that you care about? Leave us a comment. Send us a message. Let us know. We'd love to hear from you.
We would. So if you guys like what you hear, subscribe to our channel, share with your friends, turn on your notification bell, do all the things. Also, wash your hands, stay the fuck home. And hey, thanks for shooting the shit with us today.
Thanks for shooting the shit with us. We'll see you again tomorrow. We're out, yo.
Bye, y'all.